Okay, I'm convinced anyhow, but in this video I'm going to convince you as well why you need an Elektron Digitakt actually, and while prices will go up very soon. Just one step back. So OS 1.5 came out just recently, I think a few days back. And I think this is quite marvelous if you think that the Digitakt is already a few years old and Elektron is still updating it, upgrading it and adding extra features to it. For example, recently they added the concept of machines. And by machines, they mean the same thing like I know from the machine drum, where you have different machines that are basically different synth engines. And for the Digitakt, this means that you have different sample playback engines. For example, the pitch engine, the stretch engine or time stretch engine and so on. But there are other and better videos out there that focus on the new features of the new OS upgrade. But I especially want to focus on the slice mode. By the way, I'm not paid by Elektron if you think so. But although Elektron, if you think... Although Elektron, if you need a solution architect software guy who has 10 plus years experience in the software industry, you know how to contact me. But jokes aside, what is the slice mode about? Basically, the slice mode is what it's saying. It's slicing up the sample into different chops or slices, or back then how we have done this with propellets, recycle. Basically, you can put things on different drum patterns like the MPC drum patterns. And this was a missing feature in the Digitakt so far. And if you now turn on the chromatic mode, you can play the sample like you've chopped it up. You could do so already before if you put the same sample on different triggers or old machines how it was used to, but this was very complicated. And now you have just this one knob. It's saying now I'm slicing this up, and then it's really adding a grid on top of your sample of your drum loop or your piano or whatever loop you have, right? And then yeah, you can play it actually live like you know it from MPC, for example. Unfortunately, it's really very basic. So you have just a slice, or you have just one grid, and it's a fixed grid. You can like I think 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, and so on, but not really adjust the sample start points or loop points or anything like we know it from Recycle or Ableton Live. So therefore, you have to do your job already beforehand and prepare the sample, for example, in Ableton Live or any other DAW, and do the time stretching so that it's exactly hitting the grid in Digitakt. So for example, if you think of the aim break, it's like going back and forth because it was played live, and it's a vinyl sample. So you have to do some kind of time stretching. You just cannot straight import it into the Digitakt and then use the slice mode. You have to prepare it and push it into this grid and then export it to the Digitakt, and then you can play it. But once you have done so, you're in the Elektron world, and you know what this means, right? You have all these marbles that are there. You have individual triggers. You have live randomization. You have individual trigger settings. You have parameter locks. You have effects. You have premium glitch stuff that the Elektron boxes are known for, right? This is what they are known for, the machines. And this is now where the cycle closes again, why you want to have this kind of system. There are many other videos that talk about stuff in detail and that can explain it way better. I want to show you exactly some tangible examples, and this is why I'm here. And let's jump straight into it. So what I have here is my Digitakt, of course, some effects because I can, and it's cool. And let's just grab the headphones and play some samples. So this is just my aim break I already have loaded up in here. And if I now go to the chromatic, so I already loaded up an aim break, and let me just show you how I'm using it, and then I show you how to get there. That's amazing. This is exactly the MPC style, like what I want to have. I want to have the triggers, I want to have individual stuff. Cool. And now the next thing you want to do is the following. Let's clear the pattern. And if you want to keep things simple, let's say kick, snare. So we say here, this is slice number 1. And this is, I think, slice number 3. Then here you want to have again the kick and again the snare, and we should get a classic aim and break. I think you get it here. The fun already starts. Adjust it, tweak it, pimp it, and so on, but let's just try it again. Yes. Another random pattern. You get it. I just completely create absolute new and interesting patterns, and I could also use here the page mode, use the scale to create some more complex stuff, and also using the different pages just to have a longer pattern and so on, but that's not the point here of the video. Let me now jam with the session and imagine I would record this to my DAW and create some variations. Aim and break. Just an example. This was take number 1. I didn't plan this, but I recorded it. Thanks God. Now let's just try it with another sample, and I will show you how I'm transferring or preparing a sample now and put it in there. I changed the scale to 1/8 so that I have a longer pattern. I can create some more complexity in this example. And I just add again random stuff here. Let's see how this sounds. Well, now, of course, you could say you can do this with software. And I think you can do, and if you have the proper user interface, and I'm a user interface guy, that's why I'm saying so. If you have the proper buttons and everything, you can do the same thing. But the point here is the Digitakt, why I like the Elektron machines, is because of the user experience and the user interface design. So there's a knob for the bit crusher, there's a knob for randomness, there's a knob for filter things and so on, there's a knob for mute and unmute and so on. And this is really, I think, really fastening up the workflow of creating random jungle patterns or hip hop patterns. And this is why I really like this. I think this is exactly what was missing so far for the Digitakt, to really have a proper space in a jungle or drum and bass production environment. Because now it really adds some feature I just did not have before here in my studio, which is just load a sample in there, create some randomness, play around, record some takes, and then just take the best things, and there you go. So since I said there you go, talk to you soon, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and give me a like if you like it, and give me also some comments if I missed something or you think there's something else worth to mention. Talk to you soon. Bye.